Alright, so welcome back to another video, and like I said in my previous video, I said I would have made a new video following up the case of the coronavirus if there were, some more new things being written about it or new stuff being added or really just big stories that I happen to come across on the internet. And my God, it has been a very, very strange week, at least from where I live in, which is California, because recently Los Angeles has declared that they will shut down all the schools in the Los Angeles school district. And you know what? That's got many school districts thinking on doing the same exact thing. And so does my school district, which I think might be closing their schools maybe this following week. And so, besides just that, there have been also numerous more reports of more people with the coronavirus, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, get your cold glasses of. Alright, so probably one of the biggest things that's going on around on the internet as of, well, right now is that the United States has declared a state of emergency. Now, basically, most people may get confused by what this means because I asked some of my friends and most of them thought that this basically meant that the US was shutting down, airports and blocking all access inside the United States and also as well as going outside of the United States. But this actually means that basically what the US is doing is they are going to use at least 50 billion in federal funds to combat the epidemic. So with that being said, I think I want to transition back to the whole school closure stuff because recently the whole trend of school closures and stuff began really when universities began doing this. Now, obviously, kids are going to be deprived from their education, and for the most part, it can mostly be their whole like education and stuff can be done, later, maybe in the summer. But most universities, they don't really offer that, I guess. So, what they end up doing is having online courses, right? Because obviously, they can't be face to face with their teacher and, going to class every day. Most of them are doing online courses. However, the problem with that is that when you take a look at like public schools and elementary schools, there are some kids that just don't have access to internet. And recently on the news, I heard that this is not going to be a problem as many schools or government, I don't know who will take care of this, but they will actually provide either internet or a way for kids to actually understand and get their education, right? And so another thing that was brought up on the news was nutrition, because believe it or not, in the United States there are kids that do not get enough nutrition, and really, I guess their only main way to uh, eat, I guess, is through school. And so, with obviously with school being canceled and stuff, most kids aren't getting enough nutrition, right? And so schools are looking to provide meals for kids that aren't going to be able to attend the schools. So obviously with schools being canceled, so have many other events such as either concerts, sporting events. I've also heard about the talks of maybe the Olympics having been canceled or maybe postponed or maybe just being held at some other place besides Tokyo, because unless you guys don't know, the Summer Olympics are going to be held in Tokyo, but due to the whole coronavirus, I doubt that will be happening. And so, besides just that, there have been also other major problems that have been occurring because of the virus. One major problem being that the stock market. So, unless you guys, don't know anything about the stock market or really haven't been paying attention, many people have begun to believe that there may be a recession coming up in the near future because the stock market has just been plunging and, it's been really weird. It's been either going up or down, and that's obviously pretty bad. And unless you guys don't know what this means, basically what's going to happen or might happen is that basically employment well, people won't be employed. Basically, a whole economic downfall. So, besides just the stock market being affected by the whole virus, airline companies have been affected too. Now, this means that major airline companies have obviously reduced the amount of flights that have either gone inside the US and outside the US, because obviously most people are either canceling their booking flights or most people aren't even buying tickets at all. So, with that being said, most plane tickets are now very cheap for those of the adventurous, I guess, that are willing to travel in or out of state and maybe catch the virus. And so, with that being said, there's also been just a massive overload on the internet of just false information. There have been major articles on the internet or on social media that range from telling you of ways to treat the virus, such as going to the extent of covering yourself in either chlorine, which is honestly very dangerous. And, you should use common sense. You shouldn't do that, all right? And so, besides that, I think one major thing that people haven't really paid attention or thought of are their pets. Because, I'm pretty sure the majority of people who have pets, may have at least thought, once, what will happen to their pets? Will their pets be contaminated with the virus? And the short answer is, well, yeah, they are going to get contaminated. It just won't really affect the virus to your pet the same way it affects humans as on pets or, any other animal. It usually just extends on, being on the surface, so like outside, while on humans, it actually, affects our immune system and stuff like that. And so, with that being said, it is obvious that if your pet happens to catch the coronavirus, it is likely that maybe you might get it. However, it is still more likely for you to get it from the spread of person to person. But it is always important to keep an eye out for, to just really take care of your pet the same way you would take care of yourself and other family members. And by taking care of yourself, I mean, not going to the extent of really just wearing, all these overprotective head masks or buying a hazmat suit. Taking care of yourself can be actually pretty simple. One obvious thing to do is wash your hands 20 seconds, right before you use the bathroom, right before you're gonna eat, or really right before you finish touching something or you get off public transport. So yeah, that's one major thing. You should also remember to, when coughing or sneezing, to always cover your mouth so you don't accidentally spread germs, which might happen to be the coronavirus. And if you happen to have the virus, or maybe you think you have the virus, it is always important to self quarantine yourself so obviously you don't spread it. Now, obviously, the things I just listed are things that, most people should know and should really just be doing by now. It's really common sense to obviously, wash your hands and cover your mouth when coughing. But in reality, I think it's, these very basic and small things that most people tend to forget and, worry about, oversupplying on stuff and all this type of nonsense. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like I said in the previous video, I will maybe make a new video if new articles come out about the topic, the coronavirus, and really just new stuff that happens and develops in the incoming either weeks or months or whatever. If I do find, other topics that are way off topic due to the coronavirus, such as, I don't know, just cringy topics, I think I might just make a video about that or something, to sort of, I guess, lighten the situation and not make everyone so worried. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm out. Peace. The truth.